the last written below it. A wave then came in to wash away the sand drawing. The British royal family's popularity have been declining in the past years. Anti-monarchists are expected to protest the coronation tonight. Now here are 5 things you need to know about King Charles III's coronation day later. Let's watch this report by the Associated Press.
In simple terms, the United Kingdom is crowning the king. But in fact, Charles is already the king because he became king when Queen Elizabeth II died in September. King Charles will be crowned at Westminster Abbey in what will essentially be an extravaganza. The ceremony will be followed by a procession from Westminster Abbey to Buckingham Palace and be capped off with an appearance on the balcony. People will see almost everything. They'll see the procession, they'll see the service, with the exception of the anointing. This is a sacred moment between Charles and the clergy that are present, and only those people will actually be able to see what happens. Of course, you'll see the moment that the crown is placed on Charles's head. But there'll also be some new elements as Charles tries to reach out to the nation and prove that he will be the monarch of a much more diverse, multi-faith country. This is a really important moment for Charles. This is the moment where he faces the people and asks for their support. So really, he needs the crowds to come into the street. You're not the king unless the crowds support you. This is also really an important time for the monarchy. You know, support for the monarchy, opinion polls have shown over time, has been softening. And part of the reason that this is such a big moment is that the Queen reigned for so long. For 70 years, people didn't want to challenge anything about her because they had such great respect for all the work she had done for the country. So now, you know, there's a big question mark about what people really think. The coronation, like all other big royal events, is an opportunity to celebrate being British. These pageants are very much like the 4th of July in the United States or Bastille Day in France, you know, a moment to celebrate being part of the nation. At the same time, many people in this country are struggling with the cost of living crisis. It's really a difficult time for a lot of people. And many people are wondering whether the expense of this event is really worth it at a time when people are really unable to heat their homes and put food on the table. At the same time, there is hope that, you know, this time of national celebration, national unity will lift spirits and help people along in a time of real difficulty.
In other news, after over 3 years since the pandemic began, the World Health Organization has announced that COVID-19 is no longer a global health emergency. WHO Director Tedros Ghebreyesus made the announcement on Friday after a thorough review of the situation by its emergency committee. The committee first declared the highest alert level for COVID in January 2020. The virus killed over 6.9 million people worldwide and disrupted the global economy. Ghebreyesus, however, warned governments not to be too complacent as COVID-19 remains a health threat.
It's therefore with great hope that I declare COVID-19 over as a global health emergency. The worst thing any country could do now is to use this news as a reason to let down its guard or to send the message to its people that COVID-19 is nothing to worry about.
We'll be back with more stories after the break. Keep it here on One News. Speaking to One News' The Chiefs, defense analyst Romel Banlawi said the MDT cannot be invoked unless there is a direct attack from China. Banlawi also believes that the treaty could be more useful in modernizing the AFP.
We cannot use it unless we are directly attacked militarily by China. And China has no intention to attack us militarily. We want to use our alliance with the United States to modernize our armed forces. So that's our intention.
Former National Security Advisor Clarita Carlos also believes that all these promising defense commitments from the U.S. mean nothing unless they're officially written into the treaty. Carlos said it's also best to come up with some sub-implementing rules for EDCA to avoid any misalignments.
Yun nga palagi kong sinasabi, dapat magkaroon siya ng sub-IRR kasi magkakagulo na naman sa operational definitions. Yan, ironclad, sinasabi ni Austin, if it is not found in the Mutual Defense Treaty, yes, laway lang yan.
Team Philippines added 4 more medals to their haul from this morning's Southeast Asian Games. Host country Cambodia still holds top spot with 9 medals total, 5 of which are gold. Philippines is at second place with 4 gold and silver medals each and 3 bronze. Thailand is third with 1 of each medal. Next is Laos with 1 silver and 3 bronze medals. And on 5th place is Indonesia with 7 medals comprised of 1 silver and 6 bronze. Let's now take a quick look at today's other top stories. The Transportation Department says they are on track in the procurement of plastic cards for driver's licenses. For now, the department will conduct competitive bidding, but they're also considering alternative modes of procurement. The scheduled Philippine airspace shutdown on May 17 has been shortened to just 2 hours. The maintenance activity will now run from 2 a.m. to 4 a.m., down from the original 6-hour schedule. The planned maintenance shutdown gives way for the replacement of the UPS or the uninterruptible power supply of the country's air management system. And Miss Universe 2015 Pia Wurtzbach is now married to Jeremy Johnsey. The ceremony was held in a private island in the Seychelles last March. And those are the top stories of the hour. Join us later at 12 noon as we continue to monitor the day's biggest stories. Catch our coverage of King Charles III's coronation later at 7 p.m. I'm Angela Lagunsad. We are One News.